This request was declined. The Queen's decision was based on the traditional and historical relationship between the British government and the king who brought them to East Africa. Throughout the period between 1888 and 1963, the British government was involved in the administration of Kenya as a protector, and not as colonizer. The British government did not consider Kenya as part of the territory of the British monarch, hence the British Parliament could not legislate on Kenya or the entire territory the king had put under British protection. However, the imperialists disregarded such relationships, and decided to initiate legislative process to grant self-rule to a section of Kenyan populace. Queen Elizabeth's predecessors did not terminate the protection agreement, and neither did she make such decisions. Prior to the creation of the Independence Constitution, a legislative conference referred to as the Kenya's Lancaster House Conference was convened by a group of imperialists. With the influence of certain Irish imperialists and priests, the Legislative Conference created the Self-Rule Constitution. The adoption of this constitution led to a political dispensation in Kenya, known as the self-rule era. It did not interfere with the monarchical system, and installed Oginga as the monarch in the East African Protectorate. He claimed to be a close relative and successor of the king who brought the British to East Africa. The king died in 1940, during the war, and left behind a young heir who was definitely not Oginga Odinga, nor related to him. Oginga wrote satirically about how he imposed himself and tried to usurp power in his book, Not Yet Uhuru. In that book, Oginga Odinga referred to himself as Jasakwa. He claimed that Jasakwa went to Kano, and he was hired as a translator for the king. The British brought a gift for the king, but the king refused to meet the British, so Jasakwa took the gift for himself. The chief says he cannot meet with you. He is the leader and it is not his duty, he says, to welcome strangers. I myself bring you these. The gift here refers to kingship. The imperialists made Oginga king, but he was rejected by Joe Kano. We have our chief. The man you appointed serves as a messenger and interpreter for our chief.